We don't need roads.
It's like lightning. It's like a surge of electricity. And then it's gone.
So, in other news, people are saying dad bods are sexier than six packs.
That's what's up, bro.
They just might be, and they're just now getting on board, man. Shit,
Yep.
where you guys been?
They should have been on that. You know what? I wonder if Fat Thor has gave us normal.
No, don't do that, man.
No, we fucking earned this, bro.
That's it. We earned it, man.
I've been rocking the dad bod so long now.
Before you were a dad.
Before I was a dad.
He's a fucking late bloomer.
Yep.
But so what's the gist of this?
It's pretty interesting. So there was a survey that was taken with over 2,000 people, men and women included, and they asked them if they preferred the dad bod over six pack and muscles, and there were different questions that were asked, but 61% of men and women think that a man with a fatherly figure is sexy. Which is pretty interesting, man. So that was just one of the fatherly figure was one of the questions, and then or one of the comments they made. And let's see, there was I think there's 80% of men said that they were happier with their dad bods.
Yeah, less work.
I was just gonna say just because we're lazy.
Yeah,
just you know,
just being me.
You know, maybe
Of course
like
I'm happy.
skip a meal every now and then so you don't get too huge.
Yeah.
No,
And see, that's
it.
the one thing. So I was going to mention, dude, look at the dad bod is not to be confused with the slob bod. So sorry, guys, if you're overweight, it doesn't qualify you as having a dad bod. And, you can take me, for example. I'm in between the dad bod and the slob
You're
bod.
tween.
I'm transitioning right now.
I got the dad bod.
You got the dad bod. Yeah.
That'd be considered a dad bod.
I'm
probably.
transitioning to the dad bod right now, too.
Yeah, you're getting
That's
there.
it, man. I'm on my way.
I think the official definition is like, if you would like a dad bod is just slightly overweight. Like if you would diet and exercise, you would be in shape.
You would be in shape.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
I read a thing that said David Harbour from Stranger Things is the poster child for dad bod.
I'm a dad bod then.
Yeah. He's a little
and I are,
heavier.
yeah.
I'm gonna say maybe
We're on par.
maybe first season Hopper though, because
Yeah,
last
for
season,
sure.
he definitely bulked up.
Yeah, he's
dude.
big in the last season.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
He fluffed up.
He did.
Definitely. Maybe being Hellboy.
Yep.
But
he's Hellboy. Yo, I don't want to change the subject, man.
No,
but that's
no,
fucking
yeah.
legit.
yeah, in the new reboot of Hellboy.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's legit.
Dude, you know what I found was interesting about this article is that wasn't it Planet Fitness was the one that
They were the ones that did the survey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, super biased then.
which it's very interesting because the study concluded that people thought dad bod was more sexy.
Right.
You would think that they would want it to conclude like, oh, dad bod isn't that sexy.
Yeah,
so
right. Sure.
it would push people to go to the gym.
But you think of like Planet Fitness and like Gold's Gym. You got like two different types of
Planet Fitness is totally the quote unquote average Joe's gym.
yeah. Like,
You
oh,
know,
we're gonna
like
have
the
some
come
pizza
as
on
you are.
Fridays.
You're gonna pizza
Yeah,
on
Pizza Fridays.
Pizza Fridays, bro.
at the gym.
That's not a joke. That's the thing.
Do they really?
Yeah,
What?
They definitely
they have done
want
that a
people to
couple
be more comfortable in their own skin. Like that's
Oh,
their
okay.
agenda. It's to just make people feel comfortable as who they are.
times. Yeah,
And
ain't nothing wrong with that.
and
Sure.
along the way,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
want to get fit, go ahead. We're here for you. You know,
Yeah.
that type of like train of thought, I guess.
I like that.
Is their motto more like be a healthier you, not necessarily be like the freaking
Yeah.
chiseled rock you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
okay.
to be a
For sure.
healthier you. And
Yeah.
then doing things like this also too brings other thought to mind and other conversation. So that's the reason why they're doing it. It just brings up a conversation to make people realize, you know, like you could have both. I mean, you could be one or the other, obviously a dad bod, or even heavier than that. And for those people, it's like there is health issues, you know. That's when they start bringing up like health questions, you
Yeah.
know, like, okay, you're a dad bod, but guess what? If you're beyond dad bod, that's where you really have like a lot of potential health issues
Yep.
too.
I think that's where it comes into that area. Like I've never been one. Obviously, I've never been very fit, but
I don't think any of us
Me
have.
either.
But the idea, like, I just want to like be healthier.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not necessarily be like super chiseled. Although, like, I'm in the same boat. Like, if that's a side effect,
exactly.
I'm not gonna deny it. You know.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I wake up one day and I'm like, oh, I have a six pack, I'm not gonna be like, oh, go away.
Right.
Go away, 6 pack. No, I don't want you.
But It was interesting. Like I saw a few, shared with you guys a few like just random interviews of people because going along the same thing.
That's right.
The idea they're asking random people like, okay, do you what do you find sexier, six pack or a dad bod? And it was interesting to see that majority of people did say dad bod. Now, but I did find it interesting of like the reasonings that came after, like dad bod aficionados, or I don't know what you call it, proponents were quick to say like, well, that person's probably a more chill person. Like we can chill out, we can have snacks, we can have beers,
right?
Like we can Netflix and chill, like
Mm-hmm.
have something to hold on to.
Hold on to. It's something I heard too.
That was it.
That was a very big one.
Mm-hmm.
They were also saying like that usually that they will maybe be a little more kinder or like have a better personality,
right?
Like because that was another contrast that they said like. Most people view people who like are super fit as like they're dicks or they're douchebags or something like that, or they will have a bad attitude.
Yeah.
So I found that a very interesting thing where like it wasn't, and not only that, but like a lot of them, at least the women were saying that like they felt a little more comfortable around a guy that like had a little bit extra, had more of a dad bod.
Right.
And so, which led me, and then to contrast that, the girls who like said that they wanted a six pack. A dude with a six pack said that, well, I have to work for it to be fit, so they should have to work for it too.
I think some of the girls that said that weren't even fit.
I don't think any of those girls were really fit, and there were some that were saying those, making those comments about fitness.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
But it was interesting that it's almost more of a reflection of like ourselves.
Yeah,
like we're not even like viewing the dad bod, as itself. We're more like saying, well. It's more of a reflection of my insecurities or securities or where I am at,
Right.
So I felt, I don't know, I thought that was an interesting point, going from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because the variety of women that they were interviewing, they did have like this sort of like daddy complex, like a lot of the ones that did prefer the dad bod.
Yeah.
And that's funny.
Didn't like one of them say like, "Oh, my dad's got a dad bod," so
yes,
so
I thought that was super
and he's
weird.
like, "So you're
I
your
was like,
dad's?"
whoa.
And she's all, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And it's
immediately ran away.
Super funny.
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
It's it has to do, I'm sure, with like that, which we're mentioning, but that comfort level of having that fatherly figure, and then also knowing that fatherly figure is like potentially should be married, that kind of goes hand in hand with like the fatherly figure, he's married, so it's the unattainable. So it's sort of these like, there's a lot of things that psychologically play into it as well. But one of the things that I know a couple of the girls mentioned too was that they said that the dad bod, any guy with a dad bod, makes them look better as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So like the contrast of them versus him, they get to look better like standing next to him. So that was pretty funny too. A little shallow, but pretty funny.
That's really interesting because like that would put they're more accepting to a dad bod because like they don't want to look worse compared to like somebody that is a little more fit.
Right.
That's an interesting.
I think that's one of those things too, because when you see a dude that's like worked out and muscular with a six pack, dude, like there's not much that looks good next to that guy. He fucking just shadows everything. And it's like, damn, because like. Women, unless you're a real bodybuilder, don't get like a six pack.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned with those girls, none of them really look fit. They just were skinny.
Yeah, they're thinner. Yeah.
Just because you're skinny or you have a skinny build doesn't mean you're fit. So it's one of those things like where they really, like that girl said, just to work for it to have like the six pack too.
Yeah.
But there's not many girls that want a six pack, So
yeah, I don't think so.
So next to it, it's kind of like,
but
of course, there's some.
It's like a bike sitting next to
I think
a
guy like that is like super vain, into himself. Like,
right.
I mean, not all of them, of course. Some just want to get fit, and that's their thing. Their that's their hobby.
Yeah.
Just working out.
That's true.
There is
shredding up.
There is a point to that though. Like I think at a certain point you have to be at least a little not necessarily vain, but like you have to care about what you look like.
Yeah, exactly.
Enough to be like, well, I want to get fit, So there is some truth to the idea, like, those fit people probably are slightly vain a little bit.
I think, like for me, when I lost my weight, it was just because I wanted to be able to fucking move without having
oh yeah.
Or run around for a little bit.
You were sounding like me after I take a vape hit.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Fuck. I just,
you're still feeling that, huh?
I'm still feeling it.
Feel a little bit lighter on my feet.
Wet throat.
Dude,
What? Whole nother topic.
but what you were saying, Rob, about the idea of like the daddy complex?
Yeah.
It's interesting. It kind of calls back to the old like Freudian psychology method, where like we tend to find attractiveness in traits of our parents.
Yeah.
You know that the
Sure, absolutely.
So I can totally see that, because I was doing we were doing a little research on the idea of what we are attracted to, and there's a whole lot of psychology in that. You know,
yeah.
like it's interesting because I have a working theory. Not that I'm I'm qualified to have theories, but
You got a mind, you can have a theory.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. I feel validated. But that we don't necessarily choose who or what we're attracted to. I don't think like we have like, because if you think about it, like just think about any person you find attractive. Like, do you consciously make the decision to like, well, I'm going to find that attractive? We usually don't.
No.
It's just something. There are some characteristics, some features that
Right,
you
it's already
find
been built into us.
Yes.
Like we've already built this over time, which back to that video that you were talking about as well, where we're kind of getting some of the information from psychological information. It's built into us from our childhood.
Yeah.
So from growing up, from the people and the interactions that we have with adults, teachers, babysitters, even.
Yeah.
Which is a funny thing if you think about it, like a babysitter type of situation.
Yeah.
That is like that daddy complex, like in the reverse for like a male, let's say, you always have like that thought or that story of like, man, the hot babysitter, like, or wish I could hook up with the babysitter,
That's
It's
the
sort of
whole,
like that.
It's the whole storyline to Long Shot, or the Seth Rogen movie.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you guys haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
No,
that'd be a different
you
one, but
just
Yeah.
ruined it for me. Man.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. No, I'm just kidding.
it's right at the beginning. So,
But yeah, no. So that's it's one of those things where it kind of plays into that psychological thing. But it's very interesting. I was very happy to hear that though.
Yeah.
yeah,
The good old dad bod reigns supreme.
dude.
I knew it, man.
It started.
Fucking knew it.
I'm on the right track.
I saw a meme earlier this year, and it was perfect. It had remember that boxer, that like kind of overweight boxer. At the beginning of the year, he had a fight, and he totally destroyed the other guy.
Dude, yeah, the Mexican guy.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
he's overweight. You
Yeah.
would call him a dad bod.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
And
sure.
then like Avengers came out, and you had Fat Thor.
Yeah.
And then the meme
Sick.
came up, and it was like, guys, this is our year.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, that was
This is
super
it.
funny too.
So I just think this is kind of just like kind of going back to the idea, like, you know what, like you're just gonna be comfortable with whatever you are, and don't like
That's what I
overthink it
would
too
say,
much.
too.
That's
you
for
know?
sure.
Yeah.
Be comfortable in your own skin.
Just be a little healthier.
I prefer for everybody to be comfortable in their own skin no matter what.
Yep.
You know
Like
what,
fucking dad bod or beyond, man.
Yep.
Heck yeah. I mean, to that point, like if you're ripped, dude,
Yeah.
own that. You probably worked for that.
Yeah, you
know?
work for it. You work
Right.
hard
I
for
mean,
it.
yeah.
Good.
Own it. I mean, don't be a douche, but like
Yeah.
just like a freaking overweight guy should not be a douche too. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like a no douche zone.
Yeah.
Period.
I like that.
bring
We'll
back,
end on that.
we'll bring back that old saying, "Don't be a dick."
There you go.
Don't be a dick. I
That's
like
it.
that.
So go out there and don't be a dick.